This is my case study for ADL 853. I am Lindsay Stevenson. So to summarize the situation, our high school has a situation with a student named Miguel who's injured while playing football for our school team. His injury has caused a spinal cord injury, which has caused him to be wheelchair bound. He's on track to attend college and needs courses to support his goal. And his biology class was not ADA compliant. So as the principal, I changed his schedule without consulting him or parents, and the schedule change has now removed him from his biology class and put him in a non-college prep alternative course. But this alternative course does have an ADA compliant classroom. The parents have now approached me and have listed the support of legal representation, and we'll be moving forward with a meeting with the parents. The legal and ethical issues is that all public buildings should be ADA compliant. If the school has classrooms that are not accommodable to wheelchair access, they are in breach of that ADA compliance. Under the ADA rules, all classrooms must be wheelchair accessible. This includes installation of an elevator in two-story school buildings. Additionally, ramps and handicap parking are required for facility easy access to buildings. Bathrooms must have wheelchair accessible toilets and lowered sinks, and lunchrooms, there must be wheelchair accessible tables. So this is to be followed in all public buildings and schools. So the situation with us not having a wheelchair accessible classroom puts us in breach of the ADA compliance law. Synthesizing the situation, the possible legal situation could have been avoided with better communication with the student and family by including counselors and the administration team and possibly special education team on brainstorming better options prior to communicating to the family. And this would have benefited the situation. I have infringed upon Miguel's rights and access to curriculum as he needs college prep courses such as biology to continue working towards his post-secondary goals. So, synthesizing the facts, the people involved are Miguel, who was injured playing football, Miguel's parents, the principal of the high school, and family lawyer. The place is at the high school biology classroom and how it lacks ADA compliance. Biology and general education access to our curriculum are the needs of the student. Reviewing and prioritizing information. So this student could cause legal ramifications for the school district. That is a possibility. Removing the student without consulting them or the family and changing access to curriculum due to an ADA compliance issue was not appropriate. And the student counselor should be pulled into the discussion. Special education team or department chair should also be pulled in as experts not only on special education law, but also on the student graduation plans and goals. I do know enough to correct the mistake that was made. So my options are to hold a meeting with the student, the family, the counselor, and principal to discuss the options. To find a biology course during that time with a different teacher whose classroom is wheelchair accessible, or to move the current biology course that hour to another room which is wheelchair accessible. Ramifications of my decisions could consequently continue to irritate and frustrate the family, therefore causing legal issues for the district and for myself, or it could appease the family's needs for the student, and legal ramifications could be dropped. So evaluating my options, there's always an option to do nothing. That is always an option. So I could react and do nothing. The pro to that would be none. The legal proceedings would then occur. I could meet and communicate with the family, providing them the options for the steps. This gives family options. They feel in control. Communication paths are opened. The family might choose something that the school cannot easily provide, is the only possible con that I could think of here. I could move the biology class to a new room and reinstate the previous schedule. This would appease the family and student, but they still might, knowing now that the building is not ADA compliant, still might have legal proceedings. I could move the student to a new teacher that teaches biology in a room that is accessible. However, they still may proceed with ADA compliance legal ramifications. I could develop a 504 plan to assure the student needs are met now and in the future. This would give the family reassurance and legal proceedings can be avoided, and I cannot think of a con to that possible situation. I do believe that ADA and IDEA and the 504 do support that need for possible 504 plan if the family so requests. So evaluating my options, I'm going to work with the family. I would provide them options to select the next move. This would be helping them feel more in control and then assure that the student needs are met and that the family is happy with the outcome. If the family proceeds with legal action in the conversation, a 504 plan would be offered to the family at that time. The communications, to choose my best option, I would need to communicate to staff. The biology teacher involved would need to be notified. I would communicate the accessibility needs for that student and encourage regular communication to the family. I would communicate with the family and the legal team, including them in the decision-making process, and invite them to a meeting to discuss solutions. I would reach out to the counseling team and the special education department chair. I'd pull the counselor and special education department chair in for the meeting to assure student goals and needs are being met and following all requirements and laws. I would invite them to the meeting for a resolution. Finally, I would call the superintendent to be sure to inform the district administration of the situation, send an email or make a phone call just so that I've communicated to my bosses what the situation is that is occurring. So implementing my plan, I would first communicate with the counselor and special education department chair to brainstorm solutions as a team of 3 prior to the meeting with the family. Second, I would reach out to the family. I would invite them to a planning meeting. I would provide the possible solutions and allow the family and the student to choose the best option they see fit. I would then, as a school, we would accommodate that option, and if necessary, we would develop a 504 plan to assure compliance moving forward. I would then call district administration, notify them of the situation, and hope for their support in creating a more ADA compliant building throughout bathrooms, tables, desks, classrooms, and accessible movement from floor to floor.